melon balls. As you can see, I'm outside today because it is a beautiful day where I'm living and I'm in a very good mood, even though I have had a lot of bad things happen to me today. But there are a lot of promotions and graduations going on coming up pretty soon because it's almost summer. I know, like, I had an elementary school promotion and that was the first time that I ever wore heels, and they were like this big, but I still had the hardest time walking in them. Even if it's not for a promotion or graduation, hopefully these tips will help you out. So before we get into technique, the first step that I wanted to talk about is gradual process, which is basically just a fancy word for don't go from wearing flats to wearing super tall heels. So, you know, everybody knows how to walk in flats. If you're comfortable with that, awesome, let's move on to the next step. I would recommend trying some heels that are fairly low and have a pretty thick heel. Going to want to get really comfortable wearing these kinds of shoes to the point where you can do a wacky little dance like I'm doing here. Please forgive my weirdness. But yeah, you want to be comfortable in these shoes. And then the next shoes that I would recommend are maybe some still pretty low heels but have a skinnier heel. So this will be hard because you'll try, you know, to not wobble on your foot, which is a really common mistake that people make and it looks crazy. So once you're comfortable with that, I would recommend moving on to some pretty tall wedges. And these wedges have straps and I find that that is so helpful. So obviously, you know, just spend a week or two in these shoes, getting comfortable in walking in taller shoes like wedges. And then after you're comfortable with that, I would move on to some wedges that are not strapped in, because for me that's harder. So obviously, you know, just get comfortable walking around in these. These can be pretty tricky, especially this pair of shoes in particular has a bit of a platform under it. Last and final step, this is as tall as I go heel-wise. These have a platform, they are a tall, skinny heel, and you'll see that they are strapped in just because I refuse to walk in heels that are this tall and not strapped in. But they're really fun and they make your feet look small and pretty. So now for the tips on how to actually walk in heels. My first tip is that you always want to do heel, toe, heel, toe. A lot of people, when they put on heels, they don't do heel toe. They'll go pom, 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 pom. That's not cute. So instead of doing this, you want to do this. Heel toe, heel toe, heel toe, heel toe. And the way that I remember it is I call it heel Barbie toe. And I got that from somebody else on YouTube. And that is Lana, Indiana. She's great. Because you know how Barbies can have those really pointy toes? Well, you're just going to want to try to remember to keep your foot in that position the whole time while you're walking in heels. So you want to do heel, Barbie toe, heel, Barbie toe, heel, Barbie toe. And then obviously, when you're walking a little bit faster than I was, it's heel, Barbie toe, heel, Barbie toe, heel, Barbie toe. And then it looks a lot more natural. Next step is your foot alignment. Like I said earlier, you want to try to keep your feet fairly close together. You don't want to do one in front of the other because this just looks unnatural if you're walking one foot in front of the other. Next thing you might have noticed, my feet are pointed right ahead. My feet are not out like this, my feet are not in like this, and I know some people have problems naturally where their legs will turn in different directions, but for wearing heels, it's really important that you try to keep your feet straight ahead, because if you're walking like this is not cute. You can always tell when a girl's feet really hurt and she doesn't know how to walk in heels properly because she might be doing the outward thing, and she's also probably stomping. So you get this. And if you're walking like that in heels, leave the heels at home. It's not worth it. Like I said, with these shoes, you're going to want to make sure that they are the perfect size for you. Because, you know, with these ones, your foot would be popping out. With these shoes that I'm wearing right now, they have straps. So obviously my feet cannot pop out of them. But if they're way too big or way too small, that can make it a lot harder to walk. I know sometimes they might not have the shoes that you want in your size, so you'll just go a size up or a size down, but it's really not worth it because in the end, they don't end up looking cute because you're walking like this. So you're just going to want to practice walking around a lot. You're going to walk on different surfaces and everything like that. So walking upstairs is pretty easy. Just do one foot in front of the other until you get to the top. What's hard is walking downstairs. This is tricky even for me. If you have a railing, hold on to it. And you're just going to put one foot in front of the other and slowly go down. If your heels are even taller than this and it's like impossible to go down the stairs, what you can do is also kind of go down on an angle. Go down like that. Also, keep in mind where you're going to be walking, because if you're going to be wearing stiletto, pumps, or anything with a really skinny heel, they sink into the ground. So I'm going to demonstrate. I might ruin my shoes, but I'm just showing you guys. If I follow my steps like I said and do heel, Barbie toe, heel, you see that? My feet are sinking down into the grass. I'm like aerating my lawn. I know sometimes we're going to just have to deal with that, so what you're going to do is just put the weight on your toes and try to make it look as natural as possible. So if you know that you're going to be walking on grass, do not wear pointy shoes. So other than those tips, I have a few more for when you have already learned how to walk in heels and you just want a few more things to help make it a little more comfortable for you. I, a lot of times, will buy those shoe, what are they, inserts, I guess? They go maybe like where the, you know what I'm trying to say here? Where the ball of your foot is. They're just like the little squishy things that you can stick in your shoes. Those are awesome to put in heels. I have a pair in like all of my heels. Okay, maybe not all of them, but a lot of them. Next tip is putting, you know, band-aids on the back of your heel before you leave for the night, just in case it starts hurting, even if it's not hurting when you leave. And then the last trick is like holy grail, oh my goodness, and it's something that other people cannot see, like band-aids. Sometimes people might see those, but putting Vaseline maybe on your toes where the shoes are hurting you, or on the back of your heel or something, and then putting your shoes on and leaving for the night is perfect. It just totally eliminates all the friction between your foot and the shoe, and it just makes it so much more comfortable. I promise, it's amazing. And yeah, it will get on your shoe, but you can just wipe it off, and unless it's like something that would get ruined by it, like I think the only thing that would really get ruined is suede, but I don't even think it would be that bad. You just kind of wipe it off with like a tissue or paper towels, that's what I'm trying to say. So you guys, that is all my tips for wearing heels. I hope that you have fun. I hope that you have fun wearing heels, and I will see you in my next video. Love you, melon balls.